A patient felt threatened because of my skin.
Don't get near me. What if it transmits to my child?
I explained to her that vitiligo posed no danger, but she was adamant.
I don't care. It looks gross. I want another doctor.
It was the 23rd time that year that patients thought I was a leper. So the head doctor called me to his office.
Lily, without a doubt, you're the best ultrasound specialist in our clinic. But we're losing a lot of patients because of your skin condition.
I was asked to resign, and it was very painful. It seemed like the stress made me sick. But when I got home, it happened 3 more times. It was quite clear that stress had nothing to do with it. What? I'm pregnant? I was very happy because I had always dreamed of having a big family. But then I remembered that I had just lost my job. My boyfriend Chuck didn't make much money and didn't even have his own house because he was an orphan. I hoped he would be as happy about the baby as I was. So I decided to ask him to move in with me in order to save money.
Lily? What are you doing here?
Chuck acted weird and reminded me that he didn't like spontaneous visits. He refused to let me in and insisted that I should go. I thought he was hiding a mistress inside, but I didn't even know what was worse, a mistress or the people I saw in there.
Son, who is that spotted horse?
As it turned out, Chuck lied to me about being an orphan. He made it all up so he wouldn't have to introduce me to his parents, because he was ashamed of me and my vitiligo.
Get her out of here. She could be contagious.
Chuck was furious and said it was over between us. I thought he would soften up if he knew that we were expecting a baby. But after I gave him the news, he completely broke my heart.
Do you really think that I would want to have a child with someone like you? Get out of my life and don't even come back.
Vitiligo ruined everything I had once again. I started feeling pain in my lower abdomen and went to a colleague for an ultrasound. His words shocked me.
I hear 2 heartbeats.
What? Twins? But how will I raise them without a job? Without a father? John tried to support me.
I have 2 children. We never get bored.
He could help me solve the problem with the babies, like consulting a doctor. However, he told me to not even think about that option and let me know of an available position.
A new clinic in the center is looking for a good specialist. With your experience, I'm sure they will hire you right away.
I said I'd think about it, even though I knew I wouldn't go there. I was afraid that the new patients would also feel threatened by my condition. I didn't know what to do next, and my feet took me to church, but even there I was scorned. I prayed and asked God for advice. What is the right thing to do? Please tell me. What if my children inherit my skin condition? They will suffer just like me.
I drew you because you're so...
I sat there in tears for several hours, but I reached a decision. I immediately started preparing for it. The next morning, I went to the clinic to see my colleague and set my plan in motion. 5 years passed, And Chuck and his pregnant wife eventually went to the best fertility clinic in town. Upon opening the door to the head physician's office, they saw me.
Lily? What are you doing here?
I told him that after our breakup, I felt desperate, but was able to pull myself together for the sake of my children. Which was, I accepted the help of my colleague John. I got the job at the new clinic, and thanks to my professionalism, I started having more and more patients. I stopped worrying about what people thought of my vitiligo, and others seemed to have stopped noticing it. Over time, John and I decided to open our own clinic, and we succeeded. Not only at professional level, but also at a romantic one. As it turned out, John was divorced and was raising twins alone. So we got married and are now raising 4 wonderful children together. Chuck, you made a significant contribution to my happiness. You gave me 2 beautiful daughters. Because of that, your wife's first appointment is free. I'll try to help you become happy parents too. Remember, everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, then it's not the end.